Oh. Yeah.
Hey, what's up guys? Today I wanted to make a quick video highlighting the achievements and legacy of this great man I've been looking into recently. His name was Henry Steinborn, but he was also known as Milo. He was a German weightlifter, strongman, and wrestler. Steinborn is credited with popularizing the heavy barbell back squat, an exercise we all know and love today. Steinborn was born in 1894, and during World War I he would be captured by the British and would spend several years in a prisoner of war camp in Australia. It was actually here where he would first be introduced to weight training, as a couple of the prisoners managed to put together some weights using concrete blocks and wood poles. So yeah, just think about that for a second. While most of us get to start our fitness journeys in some fancy air-conditioned facility, this dude started lifting in a prisoner of war camp. Once he was released at the end of the war, he would briefly return to Germany. But since he wasn't able to make a good living, he would end up emigrating to America in the early 1920s. And that's where his strongman and wrestling career would really take off. Among his many spectacular displays of strength, we have this one where he's supporting a wooden structure with his legs while a car drives over it. I guess this is just what people had to do before leg press machines, eh? Steinborn would also lift a 400-kilo elephant on his back while wearing a suit during the Chicago World Fair. But really what I'm most interested in here is his history with the squat, so let's get into that. You see, back in the day, the most common way people performed a squat was with raised heels and either using very light weight or no weight at all. I covered this briefly in my old school Indian bodybuilder video. But basically, heavy squats simply weren't a thing back then because they didn't have squat racks. Any barbell exercise had to start from the floor, so early squatters were always limited in the weight they were able to use. That was until Mr. Steinborn came along, of course, because he started squatting with some really heavy barbells by first standing them up vertically and then tipping them onto his shoulders. Here's a photo of Steinborn squatting 242 kilos this way. That's an incredibly impressive weight, still to this day, but it's even more crazy when you think that this barbell started on the floor. Also, you might have some doubts about his depth, right? You see this photo and think, oh, he's only doing a half squat. Well, here's a second angle of this lift. The quality isn't quite as good, but the depth is clear to see. This was no half squat. His heaviest squat was apparently around 250 kilos, or over 550 pounds. Just an incredible achievement for a guy that didn't have any of our modern equipment or knowledge for that exercise. Steinborn also had a great physique to go along with his impressive lifts. You can see in this shot his traps are looking especially freaky. He would go on to open his own gym in Florida where he would stay strong and in shape for the rest of his life. Steinborn gives us another inspirational example of longevity in natural lifting. He lived to the ripe old age of 95. Apparently this guy was still squatting 3 plates into his 80s. The style of squat he popularized would become known as the Steinborn squat. Though not very common anymore, some strongmen do still perform it to this day. The current record is held by Martins Licis at 257 kilos or 566 pounds, which incredibly is only 7 kilos more than the squat Steinborn performed nearly 100 years earlier. Also, Martins weighs over 350 pounds, while Steinborn barely weighed over 200. Anyway, that's all I have for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Thank you for watching.